Hello, everyone, and happy Monday, the 28th of August. It's bank holiday here in England. If that's you, I'm hoping you're going to have a nice day, perhaps with family and friends. If you've got some free time today, then why not pop over to Aisling Mooney's Angel Cafe, which has started this morning at 9 o'clock. There are 44 speakers over the next 3 days, bringing you inspiration, ideas, lots of different exercises you can do as well to feel more at one with yourself. This is specifically for spiritual business owners, but it can also benefit anyone really that is a light worker or a healer. So why don't you hop on over there? It's completely free. aislingmooney.com/cafe is all you need to join. And I know there's some amazing speakers today. I am speaking on the 30th of August. So that's Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. And my talk will be all about how you can create and step into your vision of joy and abundance. And that'll be a mixture of myself and my channeling my guides. So I hope to see you there. All these talks are live streamed into the Facebook group and will be available afterwards as well if you need to catch up on replays. But it's always nice to catch these things live because you can interact with other people that are watching at the same time and the speakers as well. So how about you hop on over there? In the meantime, I'm here with the forecast for the week from my guides, the energy forecast. We have another super full moon this week. This is the second one in August. This is on the 31st, which really sends out August with a bang, ready for us to receive September. We also have another planet that's just gone retrograde, I believe, Uranus. So we have lots of retrograde planets at the moment, which means things may well feel slower at the moment than usual, which gives you a chance to keep reviewing, reflecting, and seeing what it is you really desire. And of course, your intuition playing a massive part when things are slower, because sometimes we can get confused in those retrogrades. And when we're confused and not sure what's going on, then we most definitely need to tune into our intuition. Okay, so let me bring in my guides in a second. I hope that you are all well, and who can believe it's actually the end of August, or more or less. Heading into September, new school year for many of our children. For me, my youngest is heading to sixth form, which seems like quite a transition. It doesn't seem that long ago that he was running to primary school in his shorts, and now he is wearing a suit and going to sixth form. How time flies. So if your children are heading back to school or into some sort of other transition, maybe they're going off to university, I wish them well, and you as well. Okay, let's bring in my guides. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you this week. As Alwyn says, the last week really in August. It's been quite a month, hasn't it? Yes, so the major things still playing out are those retrograde planets. A new one joined today or yesterday, we believe. So just slowing things down for you. Watching out with that Mercury retrograde still in Virgo. Watch your communication, how you say things, be clear as you can without getting too emotional if possible. That's always good. You can always, doesn't mean you should ignore your emotion. You can always deal with that, maybe in a different way than you would do normally. You may find that at the beginning of this week, certainly old issues are resurfacing again. And that's perhaps because they haven't been as properly dealt with as maybe you thought they had been. Now, this can be frustrating. Alwyn often says to us, well, I've dealt with that issue. Why is it coming back? Well, maybe in her case, she dealt with it as well as she could have done at the time, but it still has other layers and other depths to it, and the same will apply to you. So don't be too worried if that's what's happening this week. Just allow them to come up and see what they're trying to teach you. You might find that you're having dreams as well, so your subconscious is really getting on board with trying to tell you something, okay? What is it that you're holding on to that you should really be letting go of? We have this sort of temptation to let our shadow side rule us, or rule you, sorry, really, or to tempt you maybe into old behaviors or patterns, which are not good for you. They're not good for your health, they're not good for your mental state, your spirituality, or your physical self quite often. So they may well really show up this week in a way that makes you realize that you do need to let go of them for you to be able to really fully align with your next steps, okay? There's quite a bit of emotion around this week as well. This super full moon is in Pisces. Pisces is a very emotional sign. It's a psychic sign as well, very dreamy. But, as with all full moons, the full moon represents the feminine, and it can represent the swelling of emotions as the moon gets fuller. With it being a super full moon, you can expect a higher intensity. So don't worry if you're feeling emotional. Maybe you will do as you're letting things go. But having said all of that, this week is also a really good second chance week. So maybe something you let go of before, which you perhaps felt like you shouldn't have let go of. So not a bad behavior, or if we can call behaviors bad, of course. Maybe an opportunity. So it may well be that you wish you hadn't let go of that opportunity, and it may well resurface this week. And we would encourage you to look at that again with an open mind and an open heart, because it could well be good for some of you. All right. There's a dreamy state as well. As we've said, Pisces is very psychic, so it's a good time to really use different tools to tune into your intuition, meditation, maybe some oracle cards, maybe your pendulums if you've got them, crystals, anything that brings you inwards is good this week, because there's a lot of noise, a lot of chatter this week. As things are not moving as fast, in the sort of human way that you'll like them to move. So there could be a few clashes here and there. So, with Mercury being retrograde in Virgo, which, Mercury is Virgo's ruling sign, and it's often about communication. Just be careful with how you react to things, okay? Watch your words, and maybe just take some time before responding. That might not be a bad idea as well. So it feels like a bit of a slow week, but it's a week to reflect, review. A lot of you have been trying to make a decision for a while now and still haven't. It's a good week for making that decision. And the good news is this full moon, even though it's, a letting go and it's quite intense, it's going to clear a lot of crap for you. That's obviously a technical term, but it's a word that Alvin quite likes. So it is going to clear a lot of the rubbish for you, and you should start to feel much lighter by the end of the week with a clearer idea of direction. Okay, so we hope this makes sense. There will be lots of happy moments this week too, but just don't expect everything to go maybe at the speed you would like it to go at, and take extra time when using technology, when trying to communicate, when trying to make plans, just because of all the retrograde planets at the moment, and because you yourself may well be being called to really go within, dig deep, do some shadow work. Okay, so take care everyone, and we'll be back next week. So I hope that made sense. It's a really good time to reclaim your inner authority and not listen to all the noise that's out there in the world. That's even in the spiritual community. I feel like there's a bit of confusion in that community as well. So the best thing to do is just to go within and use your own discernment. Okay? Take some time for yourself this week, especially if you do have children going back to school next week. If you can, that is, depending on the age of your children. So again, another reminder about the Angel Cafe happening over the next 3 days. It's already started this morning. I'd really encourage you to join. It's free. We're just asking for donations if you can to Tree Sisters. All the details will be there once you're in the group. The link is ashlingmooney.com/cafe. That's all you need to do to join. And there's so much inspiration and talks on there. So many talks from experts that you will love it. And you can tune into the ones you feel you're drawn to, use that intuition. And of course, they are going to be recorded, so you can always catch up as well. So it's a great way to start your week off. And come and see me if you can on the 30th of August at 2:30, when I'll be talking about, with my guides, how to create and step into your vision of joy and abundance. All right, so take care, everyone, and be back next week. Bye for now.